In this video, we will learn a cut-through face-off for the offensive zone. It is a simple face-off to create a quick shot using the wing lined up on the boards. Let's briefly watch it in action and then break it down. In this clip from the 2017 World Junior Classic, Team USA has a face-off in the offensive zone. On the draw, the puck is moved straight to the wing on the boards as he cuts across. He settles the puck and fires away for a goal. Later in the same game, Team USA does it again. This time from the other boards. The center is able to get the puck right back to his wing, cutting across, who grabs it and shoots for another goal. Let's break it down. On the whiteboard, let's put everyone in position. The center is obviously going to take the draw. We'll set the defense in pretty standard positions just inside the blue line, although this part is more variable and you can place either D slightly more aggressively to create more offensive options from the same formation. We can use the D from this formation with a straight draw back to either one of them, or other plays meant to get it back to them, but that's not what we're learning in this video. We'll put a wing in front of the net, as close to both the puck and the hash marks as he can get. Finally, we'll place the shooter just off the outside hash marks on the circle. One key point to using this face-off is that you'll need an offhand wing on the boards, so that's a righty on the left boards or a lefty on the right boards. If your wings are typically right-handed on the right side and left-handed on the left side, then you'll need to switch them for this face-off. I like to have the center put everyone in position where he wants them for face-offs, so he should be communicating it to the team before lining up. As a coach, you can either let him decide which face-off to use or call it from the bench and then have him set it up. On the face-off, it is the center's job to make sure the puck ends up behind him in this area. In both examples, the center gets a reasonably clean win back to the cutting wing, but that isn't completely necessary. If he can tie up and drive back the opposing center, the cutting wing can pick up the puck right from the face-off dot. The cutting wing has a pretty obvious job. He needs to cut hard right as the puck is dropped and pick up the puck. He can't afford to sit around to read and react. He needs to win the race off the boards and expect the puck to get to him while only making slight adjustments to pick up the puck. He also needs to have a quick release on his shot to take advantage of the chaos in front of the net before the blocker can get in the way. He'll usually have less than a second for that screen to turn into a block. One hugely underestimated part of this play is what the wing in front of the net does. He has a key role of cutting off the opponents by getting a fast jump towards the puck and forcing everyone else to go around him before cutting back to the net. I call this an inside release. If he fails and an opposing player can skate straight through, they're in a great position to block the shot. In this example from the 2014 Olympics, the Canadian center and wing on the boards do everything right. It's a clean draw and the wing has a pretty quick shot release. However, the shot is blocked anyways. Let's rewind slightly and see what went wrong. Right on the face-off, the Swedish forward gets a great jump while the Canadian wing kinda reaches out at him a little. The wing needed to jump to the inside too and force the Swede into his center. That would have freed up the shooter to put a shot through the chaos in front of the net. On a lost face-off to the corner, the wing in front of the net is already headed to the corner so he can continue and put quick pressure on. The wing cutting across is already set up as the high man in the zone so he can hang high. Depending on your team's forecheck, the center can help out down low in a 2-1-2 forecheck, or he can fade back high in a 1-2-2 formation. Now let's get back to that first clip and focus on the wing in front of the net. He does a nice job of cutting off the check forward for just a moment and forcing the forward to go around. That buys enough time for the shooter to settle the puck and get off the shot through the mess of bodies in front of the net. We also see that the wing in front tries to circle back to the net and could potentially get a rebound goal if something is kicked out his way. When we see the second clip again, we should notice the same thing. The US forward in front of the net cuts hard and doesn't allow any Czech player to get straight to the puck. Instead, it looks like their defenseman actually tries to step around to block the shot, but it's too late. Meanwhile, the wing in front tries to circle back to the net, looking for rebounds. If we watch it again and focus on the center this time, we'll notice that the center's first action is to tie up his opponent's stick and then draw back the puck after he has secured his opponent a bit better. He also briefly ties up the opposing center after winning the face-off so that the Czech center can't go out and block the shot. One last time, if we focus on the wing on the boards, we'll notice that he gets a great jump off the face-off and beats the opposing D on the boards who attempts to defend the shooter. The wing catches and shoots the puck all in one motion to rip it on the net before any of the blocks can get in place. It took all three forwards doing their part well to make it work, but when all three follow the plan, this face-off can be extremely effective at turning offensive zone face-offs into quick goals. I hope you enjoyed this piece of the HockeyIL video playbook, and you'll come back for more systems, skills, and drills here on YouTube or at HockeyIL.com.